History will one day have its say. A 35-year-old man wrote those words from a prison cell in a letter to his wife, knowing he would probably never leave that cell alive. He added something stranger, that the history he meant would not be the version taught in Washington, Paris, or Brussels, but the one written by countries that had freed themselves. The men holding him planned to make sure there would be nothing left of him at all. No grave, no body, no place to remember. It took 61 years to prove how completely they failed, and the proof fit inside a small blue box. 7 months before that letter, the same man stood in front of a king. June 30th, 1960, the Congo's independence ceremony in Léopoldville. King Baudouin of Belgium gave a speech praising colonization as a civilizing gift, presenting 80 years of Belgian rule as generosity the Congolese should be grateful for. The official program called for polite replies. Then, Patrice Lumumba, the country's first elected prime minister, not scheduled to give a major address, by most accounts, walked to the microphone. In front of the king, the diplomats and the cameras of the world, he answered with the version nobody in that room wanted spoken aloud: the forced labor, the insults, the beatings, the land and wealth taken at gunpoint. "We are no longer your monkeys," he was widely reported to have told the king to his face. The room went silent. The Congolese delegates rose to their feet. In roughly 15 minutes, Lumumba had become the voice of a continent, and, in certain offices in Brussels and Washington, a problem to be solved. Nothing about him fit the script. A postal clerk and beer salesman with no university degree, self-taught from borrowed books, he had built a national movement with speeches and stamina and reached the top of his country at 34. And the country he now led was no ordinary prize. The Congo held copper, diamonds, cobalt, and the uranium that had gone into the atomic bombs of 1945, dug from a single mine in a province called Katanga. Whoever controlled the Congo's ground mattered to the entire Cold War. Lumumba's position was simple and, to powerful people, intolerable. That wealth should now belong to the Congolese. The punishment for that idea arrived within weeks. The army mutinied. Then, Katanga, the richest province, the mine itself, declared independence with Belgian officers and Belgian money openly behind it. Lumumba asked the United Nations for help. The help stopped short of Katanga. Desperate, he accepted transport planes and supplies from the Soviet Union, and with that, in Washington's eyes, the most dangerous man in Africa chose the wrong side. Declassified American records would later reveal how far the thinking went. A Senate investigation in the 1970s found that the CIA had prepared plans against Lumumba's life that year, including a poison scheme authorized at the highest levels that was abandoned before it ever reached him. By September, barely 10 weeks after independence, he was deposed in a coup, led by a young officer he had personally promoted, Joseph Mobutu. House arrest followed. In late November, he slipped out at night to reach his supporters in the east. He never made it. Captured at the start of December, he was beaten in front of cameras and taken back in ropes. It was from that captivity that he wrote to his wife Pauline, "No bitterness for himself. Do not weep for me," he told her. And then the sentence, he seemed to be writing to someone much further away than his own family. Africa will write its own history, and it will be a history of glory and dignity. If a letter like that, written by a man who knew exactly what was coming, deserves to outlive the people who tried to erase it, hit that like button. It tells me these are the stories worth keeping alive. Tell me in the comments if you'd ever heard this name before today. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. Because what was done next, and what surfaced 6 decades later, is the part almost nobody tells. On January 17, 1961, Lumumba and 2 allies, Maurice Mpolo and Joseph Okito, were flown to Katanga, into the hands of the very government fighting to break his country apart. That night, after hours of brutal treatment, the 3 men were executed by firing squad in a clearing outside Elizabethville. Belgian officers were present. A later parliamentary inquiry would fix the time with chilling precision, around 20 minutes to 10 in the evening. Then came the part designed to erase him from history. Days later, a Belgian police commissioner named Gerard Soete was sent to make the evidence disappear. The bodies were dug up, cut apart, and dissolved in sulfuric acid. Soete kept a few things for himself, among them a gold-crowned tooth. A trophy, he later called it. For weeks, the world was told he had escaped, then that villagers had killed him. His widow, Pauline, walked through the streets of the capital in open mourning, demanding her husband's body, a body no government on earth could produce because it no longer existed. For decades, officially, nothing more had happened. No body, no grave, no crime. Congo itself fell to Mobutu, who ruled for over 30 years, and who, in a bitter twist, declared Lumumba a national hero while making sure the full story stayed buried. Then, in 1999, an elderly Soeti admitted everything on Belgian television. The confession forced open a parliamentary inquiry, and in 2001, Belgium officially concluded it bore moral responsibility for the killing. It had wanted Lumumba arrested, knew his life was in danger, and did nothing. A formal apology followed in 2002. The tooth surfaced in 2016 in the possession of Soete's daughter. Belgian courts seized it, and in June of 2022, in a ceremony in Brussels, the Kingdom of Belgium handed a small blue box to Lumumba's children, the only piece of their father that was ever coming home. He was given a state funeral and buried in a mausoleum in Kinshasa on June 30th, 2022. 62 years to the day after he stood up in front of a king, the men who killed him understood something true, that a grave is a place where memory gathers. So they made sure there wasn't one. What they failed to imagine was a country 60 years later, lining the streets for a tooth in a box because it was all that remained, and it was enough. History, exactly as he promised, had its say. If you want more stories like this one, real, forgotten, hidden in the details the official version leaves out, watch the video that's on your screen right now. Here on It Sounds Like Fiction. But it's history. There's always one more secret waiting.